this from the east, right? With that said, you all know what I'm talking about. And you remember that qualification for Puerto Vallarta, having as much a business partner in Houston, Texas, it's all in all getting you momentum watch, hitting all your milestones. It's all depending on how fast you can grow in your business. Growing in our business requires you to set up appointments and share our vision and mission to everybody else. How are you going to increase your appointment? Game up numbers. How are you going to increase your numbers? It's all lies into your prospect list, in your contacting, and your skills in setting up massive appointments. And this lady is the best one to teach you. Why? Because she's leading from the front. Last month, she had 3 new personal business partners. Talking about leader, right? She's not just saying to say it, she's teaching it, she's leading it, and she's doing it on her own. Her whole SMD bake shop, big and bud, right? They had 12 new business partners in the month of June. So if you ask me, this is the perfect person who can teach us how to increase our activities, how can we share our vision and mission with many people. With that said, I want to welcome Ms. Orena King to stage, and please, Orena, take it away, my friend.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Y'all ready to get this Wi-Fi money? Y'all ready to get this energy up? Y'all ready to listen? Y'all do not play. Y'all already know when I come through is lightning, thunder, fire, action, movie, everything. I need y'all to wake up. Type in the chat, I'm ready. Type in the chat, ready. Let's see the chat blow up. Yes, I'm ready. Awesome. Super excited. I'm going to share my screen because I want to show you guys. All right. So this is last month, June. And let's hide this. Okay. So this is last month, June. Guys, I do this without even trying hard. Right? There's so much more that I can do, and I'm winning without even trying hard. So let's look at these last month, these 12 recruits. 55SXE, that's my code. Richard Amatier, somebody that I recruited years ago, did not do anything in this business. Timing was wrong. Follow the money. Timing was wrong. Stayed in touch with him. Now the timing is right. Got him back on board. Cassandra Doom, total stranger. Do not know her. How did I get in touch with her? A friend of mine that I helped 2 years ago is now working at this new job, and she was talking to this girl, and she said, hey, you need to talk to Odetta. Don't know her. Beatrice, my Haitian girl who is a nurse, that Vern is doing an amazing job training her, right? I met her like 5 years ago. I did an event at a Jewish center. I'm a black girl. I did a webinar, not even a webinar, it wasn't a webinar, it was a workshop, an in-person workshop at a Jewish center. When I showed up, they're probably like, oh, damn, we thought this was going to be a white girl. No, when I showed up and they saw it was a black girl, I already had the spot. There was 30 people in the Jewish center. And Beatrice was one of those other black people. So y'all already know we had to connect, right? Stayed in touch with her, got her some stuff. But again, because she's a nurse, timing wasn't right. But I stayed in touch with these people. Sabrina was recruited by, this is Usha code, 78 IUD, right? 78 IUD, a girl, again, my girl Usha, lead it from the front too, right? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Stay close to the money. It's going to come to you too, right? Maurice, right here, 66JBX. This is Ken people, right? Mohammed, again, Usha people. 86DFQ, I think that's Rabia's code. This is Rabia people. Liliana, 83 ALI, that's Andrea's business partner. 77BTC, shout out to my girl Leslyn, right? And then we have 86 again, which is Rabia. And then we got Ken again with his friend Martin, who just sold his house and got a huge settlement, right? Proceeds from the house, and we're about to do a rollover. Now, I say this because this is not even half of our team. The people that are on here, first thing, put yourself in the room. Rabia is in the room. Even though she's having some health issues right now, she's still working the business. Usha is definitely committed, being on a lot of convention. Shelly Ann has been in a lot of convention. Leslyn has been in a lot of convention. And of course, Ken has been on all the trips since he came on board. If you're not in the room and you don't see what we see, it's going to be hard to push through when you're faced with objection or obstacles, right? So I'm going to talk about the science, because there is a science in setting up appointment. I remember when I first started this business, I didn't understand a lot of stuff. But when I talked to people, my energy was so high and so conviction that they're like, I don't know what it is, but I want to do it. I don't know what you're saying, but it sounds good. So the science in setting up appointments and making massive invitation is, number one, you got to be in the right space. You got to be mentally in the right space. You got to feel good. Feeling good is a strategy. So many of us, we have a bad day, or somebody messes up, or somebody cancel, or somebody drop out, or somebody having a bad day, and all of a sudden now that transfers to you. You didn't do anything. Why are you letting that affect you? So you got to be in a good mental space. You got to feel good, because feeling good is a strategy. Do not allow other circumstances to change how you're feeling. Feel good. When my energy is low, I'm not making any phone calls. I'm going to text people. When my energy is high, I'm talking to everybody, because I know I'm going to have a result, right? So you got to feel good. You got to attract good vibes. Before you make that call, picture yourself, that person saying yes. You got to put that energy out there, right? You want to be happy. Of course, you got to be excited. If you're not excited, or if you're not a naturally bubbly, happy, positive outlook person, don't make those calls when you feel like that. Don't make those calls when you're low energy. You got to be high energy when you make those calls, right? Guess what? The home run is getting that person to be on the webinar or setting up a one-on-one. If that doesn't happen, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. There's tomorrow. There's next week. There's next month. There's next year. Some of those people that I just recruited back into the business, 3 years it took them. They came back. So when somebody tell you no today or tomorrow or next week, don't let that get to you, right? Keep the door open. Like I said, high energy. The higher the energy, the higher your income. You're going to attract people just because of your vibe, just because of your energy. I'm big energy. I don't even want to go around people who don't match my energy, because they're going to, either I suck their energy or they're going to suck my energy, right? So also you got to have faith. We are doing something that is life-changing. This is the gospel, y'all. This is the financial gospel. You got to have faith. See yourself winning. See yourself getting those appointments. See yourself getting those yes. You got to tell yourself. There's a lot of things we're going to have to unlearn, because we have been so programmed that now we got to deprogram how we used to think. So before I get on the call, I want want to make sure that I'm at all time my highest level of energy. And even when somebody say no, it's never about you. Everything's happening for your own good. So if they tell me no today, I'm going to get them tomorrow. I'm going to get them next week. I'm going to get them next year. Goddamn, I'll get their kids. Right? So when you're making those calls, some of the things you want to have, like I said, is if you're somebody that, you need to get up, you need to walk around, you need to psych yourself up before you start making those calls, get yourself primed, because it's showtime when you're talking to people. And guess what? If they tell you no, you know what I'm going to tell you right now? If it doesn't align, it's not your time. If it doesn't align, it is not your time. If they say no right now, don't take it personal. Why are we taking it personal? We already got our IUL. We already got our Everest. We already got our term. We're trying to set them free. If they don't catch it right now, it's okay. There's going to be another time. There's different seasons, guys. There's season when the sun is going to be bright and shining and blistering hot. There's season when it's going to rain. There's season when it's going to be cold. There's season when it's going to be thunder. There's season when the sky is going to be gray. So people are going to say yes. People are going to say no. People are going to say maybe. People are going to say they want to think about it. Guess what? It's a numbers game. It's going to be a numbers game, coupled with your skill set, coupled with your attitude, coupled with your faith, high energy, and it's gas time, right? So, like I said, I wanted to make sure that you guys understand that we got to come from this stuff with a mental space prepared to receive this abundance. And when you have that mindset, when you have that shift, it's a game changer. Since Ken came into this business, I've been doing more stuff for him than me. I already got my own list of people that I can't even keep up with, and now coming on board with him, it's like he's keeping me busy with all his people. So I wanted him to share, because there's a lot of people that are going to be talking to people, and based on what, not even what you say, but what you say is going to have a lot to do with it. What you say is going to have a lot to do. How you say it is going to have a lot to do with it. And the tone is also going to have a lot to do with it. And I hear how Ken talks to his people. He speaks with conviction. He tells them, you need this. This is good for you and your kids. And that's how I was in the beginning. So Ken, tell the people, when you make calls and invite your friends, and he don't know half of the stuff, but whatever he know, he gets them to me. And once he gets them to me, it's a wrap. I'm going to bury them. So even before coming on this Zoom tonight, he saw one of his friends at a park on Sunday. We went to Guyanese function. And whatever he told the guy just called me tonight right before we got on this train. And I said, no, I can't talk to him. I'm training my team. We're going to talk tomorrow. After this webinar, we got 2 more people to call who already told us. Because the way he speaks to people and the way I speak, I go the formal route. He tells them, no, it's good for you. You got to get this. It's good for you. You got to get this. How long you know me? His way, how he talks to people, but it works. Because that's his vibe. That's his tribe. So you got to find your energy. You got to find something in you that makes you special, that when you speak to people, they want to hear. So share with the people, Ken.
Well, most of the folks that I talk to are people who know me for a pretty long time, and they kind of believe in me because of the kind of person I am and what I do for a living. So they come to me for certain advice. I talk to them, and being in this new business, I tell them, listen, are you guys doing anything for your kids? No, we're not doing anything. We got some money in the bank. I said, listen, there's something called an IUL, okay? And all you need to know is that I'm telling you it's good for you, okay? I will put you in contact with my trainer, and she will close the deal with you. And most of them listen to what I say, any questions that I ask me, and then I hand them over to Odetta, and she does the rest. I speak with kind of conviction. They kind of understand me. I speak with authority. So I'm not a fly-by-night kid. I've been around the block a long time. I have a flourishing business. A lot of people come to me for advice. And this newfound opportunity that I have right now, they listen to me, and they're coming on board. So that's my technique, because I'm still learning a lot of the ins and outs of the business right now. But once they hear Ken speak, they say, "Oh, you know what, Ken? That's something good. You don't lie. You speak the truth. I'm gonna follow up her," and that's what I do.
So I want to piggyback. Speak with confidence. Speak with authority, because we know that this is good for them.
Yeah.
Speak with confidence. Speak with authority. Own your truth. Have conviction, right? And find the excitement, because people will buy stuff just off of your excitement. Like, how many times do you go into a store and you buy something just because the salesperson was like, "Oh my God, this is great, you gotta get it, it's awesome." And then you go home and be like, "Well, this is not all of that. I mean, it's okay," right? So your mental state has a lot to do with this business. They say this all the time. This business is 90% mindset and 10% skill set. So I want to share with you, we got to be a master at promoting this business. A master at promoting. If you're not used to promotion, start learning how to promote, because we're always going to be talking to people and moving people. So as you guys can see on my agent center, the calendar, Johnny launched these workshops. The first one is kicking off on Thursday the 14th. There's not going to be another one next week because we're all going to be in Vegas convention. Then the following Thursday, there's going to be another one. So don't wait for us to post the link. Be proactive. This is your business. We could only do so much for you. Log into my agent center, see what activities are coming up, and start registering people. And I'm going to give you guys a script tonight, and we're going to role play. So the first event, like I said, is this coming Thursday. When you call somebody, and we're going to go through the script, and let's say they cannot make it on Thursday, there's a couple of other things that we could do, right? We could pivot to setting up a one-on-one, or we could pivot to setting up another event. Another webinar, which is the 28th, but that's too long. That's a lot of days in between. And we're on a run for Mexico right now, right? And what Johnny said was brilliant. If you're by yourself, you can still hit Mexico. 5 recruits, 5 accounts in July, 5 recruits, 5 accounts in August. There goes your 10 recruits, your 25,000 points. If you got people who are licensed, even better. Between you and them, you double it up, right? Another event that's also coming up, because again, this business is virtual. We don't really be in an office environment like we used to because of COVID. So you have 2 opportunities right here in the month of July. Then some of you, if you do not know, and I'm going to share this link right now, everybody should save this URL. Every month, Everest has Academy, where they do the heavy lifting for us. They do these webinars every month. All we got to do is invite people every month, right? So today I was on this one, even though I've seen this like a million times, I'm still logging on, right? The next one, well, obviously this is for agent, and then you have here the 18th, 7 p.m. for Eastern, us on the East Coast, 7 p.m. on the West Coast. So again, if we invite to somebody this Thursday and they're busy, there's a couple of other things that we can pivot to, right? So let me drop this link, and all of you, like I said, share, because again, this is more opportunity for you guys to invite people to events. Now I'm going to share with you the script. Every one of you should have your list, right? If you have your list, pull it out, because you're going to be needing it in a few. So here's a script that I put together. Make it your own, but at the end of the day, the message is the same. Hi, Johnny, how's it going? By the way, what are you doing on Thursday, July 14th? They're either going to say, and guys, this is not just for the webinar. This is for anything you're inviting or any one-on-one. Always start with, well, after you make your small talk, hey, how you doing? What's going on? How's the mom, kids, blah, blah, blah. Work, blah, blah, blah. Small talk. The next thing you always want to ask is, what are you doing on ... Give a specific day and a specific time. Even if you're trying to set up a one-on-one, don't just tell people, oh, when are you available? No. It's not when you're available. These people could get cancer tomorrow, next week, next month. Ken's friend just died today. He drowned in his pool today. So we got to act with urgency. We can't be letting people be like, oh, tell me when you're available. No, it's not tell me when you're available. Are you available on a specific date and a time? Are you available tomorrow, 6 p.m.? Are you available on not, oh, when are you going to be available? Or when are you free? They're never going to be free. They're never going to be available because they don't know how good this is. We know how good it is. So you want to always say, right? Hey, Natasha. Hey, Sam. Hey, Pops. Hey, Maria. Thanks for joining on Facebook. Shout out to the Instagram crew. So you always want to give a specific day and a time. And then you wait for the answer. Hey, girl, what are you doing tomorrow at 4? Silence. They're either going to say nothing, not sure, or they're going to tell you they're doing something. If they say, I don't know, they ain't got nothing going on. Point blank period. If you call somebody and you say, hey, what are you doing on Sunday 4 o'clock? You get them a specific day and time and they say, I don't know. Yo, they ain't got nothing going on. We moving on. We locking them in. If they say, I'm not sure, I'm supposed to do something, well, it's not definite. So we're going to still try to lock it in. If they say, yes, I'm doing something on Thursday, 9 p.m., then we know we got to pivot to something else. Then we can't get them for this time. So you always want to start with a specific day and time, and then you wait for the answer. The answer is either going to be, yes, I'm doing something, I'm not sure, or I might be doing something, or I am doing something, or I'm not doing anything. It's either going to be one of those three, right? This is where you're going to go in for the kill. As you know, right now, we're going to write off of this inflation because everybody's feeling inflation. So we're going to ride the inflation wave till the wheel drop off. As you know, right, with inflation being so high, jobs not even increasing. Ain't no job giving nobody no raise right now. Forget raise. You would think, okay, inflation is 8%. These jobs are going to give you a pay raise. There is no pay raise. You're lucky you still got a job. So as you know, with inflation being so high, jobs not even increasing pay to keep up with inflation, some people are having a hard time with money and falling into deeper debt. My firm, because they know what we're doing, and if they don't know, they're about to find out, my firm will be hosting a free financial and educational webinar on how to increase cash flow and manage debt. These are two things that everybody needs. Even if you got money, you want to know how to increase it. And if you got debt, you definitely want to know how to get out of it, unless it's a good debt making you more money, right? And then you said, we just want to help people to make more cash, to keep more cash in their pocket. Guys, you don't have to say word for word, but you get the main message, right? Then you let them know it's going to be on a Zoom. Zoom is easy. Just whip out your phone and log in. You could be anywhere. You could be sitting at the park. Whip out your phone and log in. It will be on a Zoom for 30 to 45 minutes. I know that this information is going to be valuable and life-changing. I don't think it's going to be valuable. I know it's going to be valuable and life-changing, right? Like I said, even if somebody got money, we know that this information is going to be life-changing. So you got to speak with conviction. And again, high excitement, belief. So who do you know? This is where you're going in. It's 2 for 1. Who do you know? You're not talking to them directly, indirectly, and then they're going to be thinking, well, what do you mean, who do I know? Like, what about me? What about me? I want to make more money. That's who we're talking to really, but we're going around the bush. So who do you know that might be interested in attending this webinar. You start with that because now you want him to already be thinking, well, what about me? I want to make it. And then because you're going to be aggressive, and what's your email so I can register you? I'm not asking you if you could get on. I'm not asking you if this is for you. Girl, what's your email? I'm going to register you. What you going to do? The only thing you're going to do is tell me, well, no, I can't make it, or, you know, that's not going to be a good time. Assumptive close, right? That's an assumptive close. You're going to assume that they want to be on this webinar. So you lead with, who do you know? Because already their wheels are, their heads are turning like, oh my God, what do you mean who I know? I'm thinking about myself first. And then I'm going to whip it in, well, with, what's your email so I can register you? I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you if you want to come on this webinar. I'm telling you, hey, what's your email? I'm going to register you. Wait for the answer. For the email to register your friend or whoever the contact is, and then the person's phone number, so now you can go call them. So if they say, okay, here's my email, and you know what, I can't think about anybody right now. What do you mean you can't think about it right now? Don't you have friends? Don't you have siblings? Don't you have kids? Do you want to be the only rich person in your family? Do you want to be the only rich friend in your clique? No, we don't want no broke friends. We don't want no broke family. I certainly don't want to be the only rich person in my family. Conviction, guys, right? So this is weird. This paragraph right here, you're getting their email and you're getting somebody else. Because everybody knows somebody, even a crackhead. Everybody knows somebody. So this is the kill. It's going to be 30 to 45 minutes on a Zoom. I know this information is going to be valuable and life-changing. So who do you know that might be interested in attending this webinar? And by the way, what's your email, girl? I'm going to register you too. I got 2 names right there. And she may not give me the person email because that's not something that people generally know, but they know their friends and family phone number, right? And then then this other paragraph, this is where you're telling your friend or whoever the person is, you'll get an email, and I recommend that you log in 5 minutes earlier. People don't want to be experiencing FOMO. You guys all know what FOMO is. Fear of missing out. So when you tell them, hey, make sure you log in 5 minutes earlier because there's a limit on this Zoom. 1,000 people is the cap. Now that gets them thinking, damn, so many people be on listening? Shit, I better be on too. Listen, girl, you my girl. I don't want you to be logged out. So make sure you log in 5 minutes earlier because we have a capacity of 1,000 people on. Now, sounds good, but let's look at the other possibility where now you're going to get objection. If they say, Thursday, 9 p.m., I'm busy, I can't make it. We ain't sweating. We're not sweating. We prepare for that. If they say, I'm busy, I can't make it, this week is crazy, I got the kids acting up, my job is stressing me, I'm not sweating. Guess what? If the prospect says they're busy, we're going to pivot, right? We're going to pivot to setting up a one-on-one or the next event. And that's why I showed you Everest webinar, right? Because that's something that's happening on the 18th because we're not going to have anything next week. So you could invite them to the next webinar, or even better, we're on a run to Mexico right now. We don't have time to wait. Let's set up a one-on-one, right? So if I'm busy, if the person said, oh, I'm busy on Thursday. Okay, so how's Friday? How's Friday at 4? What time you get off of work? How's Saturday? What are you doing on Saturday? How's Sunday? What are you doing on Sunday? Right? And you log them in with a one-on-one appointment. Worst case scenario, if the person is really, really like, oh my God, Odetta, this week is bad, next week is bad, I'm not going to have no time till next month. I ain't tripping. Guess what? Girl, I understand. Things are crazy right now, but here's what I want you to do. I'm going to send you a video to watch at your convenience. when you're laying in bed, when you're cooking, when you're cleaning your house, when you're driving. I want you to watch this video, and then you said next month, I'll follow up with you next month. We're not pressuring these people. If they don't have no time this week, we got to give them something to do in the meantime. So they're going to watch this video, and I'm going to say, hey, when you watch this video, I'll call you next week just to see your feedback. We give them this video. This is, if you guys know what this is Johnny video doing the 3 rules of money. Life-changing information, right? That's going to pique their curiosity. So now I'm going to shut up, and I want 2 volunteer. 1 person is going to be making the call, and you can put your own flavor, your own personality, and I'm going to volunteer T, because T is big, high energy like me. So I'm going to say, let's have T call somebody, and then we're going to have another person call T, and then we're going to break out. Because you got to own this. And again, this script can work for one-on-one. It could work for a webinar. It could work for a workshop. It could work for anything. You just got to tweak it, right? But right now, inflation is high on everybody's mind, so we're going to run with that. Okay, so T, and who else wants to volunteer?
Eric.
Okay, T and Eric, go for it.
You want to call me?
Yes, I'm gonna call you. Hi, Eric. How's it going?
Hi, T. I'm doing well. You?
I'm good. Just finishing up some reports. My first got some things going on. I wanted to just catch up with you, and I wanted to know what you was doing on Thursday, July 14th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Should be free. Why? What's up?
Well, as you know, with inflation being so high, jobs not even creating, jobs not even increasing pay to keep up with inflation. Some people are having a hard time with money and falling deeper into debt. My firm will be hosting a free financial and education webinar on how to increase cash flow and manage debt. We just want to help people, to keep more cash in their pocket. Will you be free to hop on?
Sounds interesting. Yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay, it will be on Zoom. It will be for 30 to 45 minutes. I know this information will be valuable and life-changing. So who do you know that might be interested in attending the webinar, and what's their email? I can get you registered now, actually.
I may have a few friends that might interest. My email is
Got it. All right. They will get this email, and I would recommend for you to log in 5 minutes earlier, as we have lots of people getting on, logging in to learn. The Zoom Zoom webinar maximum capacity is 1,000 people, and I just want to make sure that you get in.
1,000 people. Yeah, I'll be there.
For sure.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all. This is my first time trying.
No, this is good. So I know, and we keep it with time because it's 9:49. What we're gonna do, you guys were asked to bring your share list. We're going to mute the Zoom line, and everybody's gonna pull out their share list, and we're gonna make phone calls right now. We're gonna make calls to set up as many as possible appointments for the webinar on Thursday using the script. And if somebody tell you this Thursday is not good, shoot for a one-on-one appointment this week, preferably, right? Always act with urgency this week. If they say this week is shot, then of course next week. But they can't make it on Thursday. Hey, what are you doing on Friday, 4 o'clock? What are you doing on Saturday, 6 o'clock? Whatever time is good for you, pivot to that, right? So let's mute the line, and then let's pull out our share list right now and start making those calls and see how many calls we can collectively make to register as many people. Because why do we want to have a lot of people on this Zoom? Why? Can anybody tell us why? Why do we want to have a lot of people on the Thursday webinar?
Law of large numbers. Secondly, high results. Thirdly, shows the overall importance and impact that we have. And yes, Johnny's doing it.
Yeah, Johnny is doing it. Johnny is doing it. You want to put a lot of people in front of Johnny, and guess what? Aren't you guys running for Mexico? Don't you need business partners? Don't you need points? Unless you don't want to go to Mexico, unless you don't want to be a marketing director, you're just here to like chill, right? So this is why we're going to do it, because it's not just going in vain. We're business people. So let's mute the line and start making those calls, and then we'll come back at 10 p.m. Okay, you want to call your friend? Let's call back that guy.
Call
Oh shit, I gotta. Oh, guys. Gotta end this. Bye, y'all. We gotta make some calls.